Alright, let's dive deep into one of the most heated debates to rock the One Piece fandom in recent memory. It's a classic case of what some are calling a blatant double standard. And it all revolves around two very different characters making one very similar move, a strategic retreat. We're talking about Admiral Aramaki versus the Pirate King Gaul, D. Roger. The core of the argument, as it was thrown down on the forums, is this. When Admiral Aramaki, alone, retreats from Wano after realizing he can't take on two Emperor crews, fans call him weak. But when Gaul D. Roger sneaks into Big Mom's territory, steals her poneglyph, and runs, fans call him a strategic genius. That's a classic double standard, right? On the surface, it's a compelling point. Both characters chose to avoid a full war, but as with everything in One Piece, the devil is in the details, and the community has been tearing this one apart. Let's break down the arguments. Reviewer-style. The case for the double standard. It's all about smart choices. The defenders of Aramaki make a very logical point. As one commenter, Dai Kong, laid out, both situations showcase intelligence, not weakness. Aramaki arrives at Wano, a lone admiral, and is suddenly faced with not just the newly crowned Emperor Luffy and his entire alliance who just took down two other emperors, but then the red-haired pirates show up for good measure. What's the smart play here? To stay and fight a guaranteed losing battle against two full emperor crews? Absolutely not. Retreating was the only sane option. It wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a sign of a functioning brain. Fighting there would have been foolish, not brave. Similarly, Roger's goal was never to conquer Big Mom's territory. He was on a mission to reach Laugh-Tale, and for that, he needed her poneglyph rubbing. He did exactly what a focused mission leader would do. Get in, get the objective, and get out with minimal fuss. Why waste time, energy, and the lives of his crew on a pointless war? Pirates aren't rabid dogs that have to fight everyone they meet. It was a tactical, efficient move. From this perspective, both Roger and Aramaki made the right call for their respective situations. So why the different reactions? The prosecution, intent, arrogance, and abject failure. This is where the anti-camp, led by voices like Nugent Tungan and Nugent Bo, comes in swinging. They argue that this isn't a double standard at all, because the context and intent are completely different. Aramaki's goal. He didn't show up for a stealth mission. He flew into Wano, loud and proud, declaring his intention to take Luffy's head. His mission was one of open conquest and assertion of marine authority. He was there to fight. And what happened? He got stalled by the Red Scabbards and a newly transformed Momo. The heavy hitters of the Alliance Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Jinbei Law, and Kid were literally just sitting back and watching, amused. He hadn't even reached his primary target before getting stonewalled. Then Shanks projected his haki from miles away, and Aramaki instantly folded. The visual says it all. The sweat, the panicked expression, the hands raised in surrender. He went from "I'm here to clean up this country" to "I get it. I get it. I don't want to fight you guys. At least, not today." In seconds, he failed his self-proclaimed mission and looked terrified while doing it. The criticism isn't that he retreated. It's that he was arrogant, got checked, and then retreated in fear. As one commenter put it, he was a chick who thought he was a swan. Roger's goal, Roger's mission, by contrast, was a resounding success. He intended to steal something without a major confrontation, and he did just that. He accomplished his goal. Aramaki intended to start a fight and win, and he failed spectacularly before the main event even started. The deeper layers, authorial intent and character perception. Debate gets even more interesting when fans start discussing Oda's narrative choices. A very sharp point was raised. Why did Shanks even show up? Was it simply a plot device? One argument is that it was a meta-narrative move to promote One Piece film, Red, which was releasing around that time. Bringing Shanks back in a cool, powerful way was a perfect tie-in. Another, more narratively focused argument is that Oda needed an external force to remove Aramaki. If the Wano Alliance had defeated a brand new admiral right after his introduction, it would have severely damaged the credibility of the Marines' top fighters. But Aramaki couldn't just be allowed to win, either. So, Oda brought in a force so overwhelming another Emperor's crew that Aramaki's retreat would be justifiable without making him look like he lost to the Straw Hats. It was a way to protect both the Straw Hats' victory and the Admiral's power level. And then there's the simple matter of personality. As commenter Kicktrung pointed out, Aramaki just looks and acts a goofy, cringy. His over-the-top expressions and theatrical personality make him seem less formidable than the icy cool of Kusan, the lazy menace of Kizaru, or the absolute fury of a country. When he panicked, it looked genuinely cowardly. Compare that to Kusan, single-handedly freezing members of the Blackbeard Pirates. He did it with a nonchalant air of confidence. Perception is everything, and Aramaki's presentation didn't do him any favors. The final verdict, so, is it a double standard? The consensus seems to be no. The situations are fundamentally different. Roger executed a successful stealth operation. Aramaki failed a self-declared conquest. Roger was focused and efficient. Aramaki was arrogant and humbled. While retreating was undoubtedly the smartest thing Aramaki could have done once Shanks arrived. The fan's judgment isn't about that single decision. It's about the entire sequence of events. The foolish bravado of going in alone, the failure to overwhelm even the secondary defenders, and the panicked reaction when faced with a true top-tier power. It was a lesson in humility, served cold. Roger's move was a masterclass in strategy. Aramaki's was a case study in hubris.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell to the latest update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end and see you in the next video.